So people say they've got problems and they say it's reality. I'm going to challenge that today because reality are not the problems. It's our perception. Most of the problems we experience are not born from reality itself, but they come from the gap between what is and what we believe should be. When we carry rigid expectations about how people must behave, how life must unfold, how quickly outcomes should arrive, we unknowingly create friction with the present moment. Managing isn't lowering our standards, not at all. It's not settling. It's releasing the illusion that life owes you a specific script. When we meet life as it is rather than the way we insist it should be, our resistance softens, clarity returns, and many so-called problems, they just simply dissolve. Peace isn't found by fixing more, but by expecting less and experiencing more. Isn't that a fascinating way to see life? You see, transformation, true transformation, is simply a shift in perception. It's not a big repair project. Most people approach change like life is broken and needs fixing. But real transformation happens when perception changes, when you see differently, you think differently. And when you think differently, you feel differently, and behavior naturally flows. The outer world seems to reorganize around the inner lens. It's fascinating when we go further and we look at it and it says the world you experience is filtered through the meaning you give it. Two people, and I've been in this position many times, can live the exact same event and walk away with completely different realities. Why? Meaning. Perspective isn't passive, it's creative power. Change the interpretation, and you change the emotional chemistry, choices, and outcomes. Events don't trap us, interpretations do. Our identity shift comes always before a circumstance shift. Most people wait for external proof before they change internally, but growth works in reverse. When you see yourself differently, stronger, freer, more capable, more actions begin to align with that new identity, and life reflects it back. Stop trying to rearrange life. Become the one who experiences life differently. Do you see how subtle that is? No matter how you look at it, your perception is your creative power. Because life is going to do what life does. People are going to do what people do. Circumstances are going to unfold the way they do. How you perceive them will determine your experience of that. So ask yourself this question: what does my self-talk say? Do you have a perception that relationships are hard? Then guess what? That perception will demonstrate in every relationship you look at. Do you have a perception that only the wealthy people are happy? If you have that perception, guess what? That will be your experience. You'll never be happy. Funny thing is, even if you have the wealth, something else will come up and you won't be happy with that either. Because perception is something you choose in every moment. So you can be set to perceive it this way, and the next moment you can change it like that. Change it like that. So for like the last 4 or 5 days, I've caught some type of bug. And you know what this bug has done for me? I've got to be quiet. I haven't had to talk much to people. You're seeing me talk. This is the best I've talked in 5 days. But you know what? My perception is that maybe this bug was just to quiet me down, to slow me down. And that was good, because we do chat an awful lot about meaningless stuff. And when you realize this one simple statement, that psychology will tell you that 90% of what most people talk about are gossip and complaining, maybe we all need a case of the flu to just shut the F up. Talk about what's meaningful. I did this with my wife the other night. We were sitting at the dinner table, her and I and my son, and they were talking about things and they wanted my opinions on movies, and I just lovingly looked at them and said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be answering any questions. I don't have the energy, the strength, the voice to get involved in conversations like this. So it's not you. It's me, as Seinfeld would say. It's me. If you need something meaningful, I'll give you that energy. But for this type of stuff, I just don't have the bandwidth right now. So what did I do? I dealt with the reality that I was dealing with. The reality was I didn't feel good. I didn't have the mental bandwidth. And guess what? I expressed it, I lived it, and I'm better for it. And so are they. With that, a lot to unpack here. Do your best. And just start small. It'll expand. Much love and aloha.